History of this location, I'm assuming.
No, just general
General-
history.
general
Got
history.
it.
Okay.
Well, because you're climatized, so
Mm-hmm.
Where the hell's my history?
Right. Doc Fulton's like, hey, the factory. The factory originally was Andy Warhol's building slash movie place slash basically just generated a bunch of different art and shit. This place seems to be along those lines. It's a huge building where starving artists can live very cheaply. You could essentially live here and pay in art if you wanted. They also have a place where you can get tattoos and stuff. This is where the real artists are, or some of the real artists. And then small, shitty fire trap theater. It pretty much looks, just looking at it's the kind of place where they read beatnik poetry of the worst type. And just looking at it, you can tell that just one more person smoking there, it should burn down this whole fucking theater thing soon. It looks like it's ready to go. It's like going and visiting the Globe just before it caught fire, except that this is nowhere as cool as the Globe. Do you know what the Globe was, Chris?
a Globe Theater.
Yes? Well done. Do you know whose theater it was? Or who performed a lot of shit there? Significant shit.
Wasn't Shakespeare?
Well done, Chris. Well done. Yeah, it burned down. It's sad. Yes. So, there you go. Chris made his real life history roll as well. So, now that Chris has gotten a check, he'll get better in history somehow.
I just want to poke around, see if anybody's doing like any good paintings or.
You get into the factory and stuff, and they're happy to let you. Give me streetwise rolls to convince the people in the factory you're not government stooges.
No.
You're government stooges. You get to see some of their stuff. You can tell that they probably have a lot of hidden shit here that's very cool and all, but you get to see some stuff. Oh, well done. Yeah, they like him, but you're with a government stooge, so they keep dragging you aside and telling you you're being set up, you should run, and shit like that. Doesn't really help.
He's not a government stooge. He's actually part of the lockpick gang.
They try to make their fucking roll to know what that is. No, they have not a clue. But they keep telling you, no, he's the man, run.
I'm the back alley butcher. Watch yourself.
Oh, guy goes, I would like a cut of lamb that weighs about. These guys are not like criminals, really. They're artistes,
trying to push the boundaries.
Yeah.
Against the man.
Yeah. This is the kind of place that just being here is making both feel a little nervous, because it's the kind of place where you can see the jackbooted thugs, i.e. police here, kick in the door, arrest everybody, haul them off for sedition, shit like that. So
what happened to the real art that survived the bugs and the rending? Like the actual Andy Warhol stuff. And
yeah, they don't know. A lot of it just went up. People went crazy back then. That was a long time ago. So generations ago. They're not sure. A lot of it's missing here and there. Collectors may have gotten hold of some, or there's always, of course, going out into the world and finding the arts and stuff like that. If you can go and find the art and bring it back here, we will preserve it and stuff. Or sell it for a giant can of Campbell's soup, either one.
Yep.
Of course, some of it got burned by various governments, human and non-human alike.
Yep. Besides that survived the bug invasion.
Right. Well, plus, over in San Francisco, Morton's a famous collector of art. He's commissioned several pieces and stuff.
I thought San Francisco was part of San Angeles.
No, that's a whole different city. That's run by non-humans.
Okay.
That's a lot of miles away. That's like a few days by fast ocean liner away, or weeks on the Western Road. But whatever you do, stay off the Western Road. It's full of bandits and shit.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. They offered to sell you paintings of yourself that they will attempt to make.
Not in need of one right at this moment, thank you, though.
They look disappointed. What about daffodils? Would you like? They go, how about a painting of flowers? And it's like a painted vase, and then they fucking stapled a bunch of dead and dying flowers to it.
Interesting interpretation of postmodernism.
Oh, that's a card for Pete. There you go. So, no problem. He's talking art stuff, and people are kind of avoiding you like a narc, Chris.
Well, if he's talking to people, I'll wander away from him so he can maybe get some information. I was just curious to come through here to see if there was any like exceptional paintings.
Well, there's some very good stuff, but they don't have anything that's really what? No, I was going to say anything really against the government because they don't want you to see it. Stuff.
No, I'm just looking for things that look more real.
I see what you mean. Yeah, you don't find any of that sort of thing in here.
Okay.
All right. Let us leave this place for another place. The library, I believe. Not sure how we'll go. Doc, did you? I don't know. Did you get?
Walking?
Yes. The notes. I gave some notes to Ollie. Did she pass anything on to you?
Yeah, but I'll be honest, I don't remember.
That's right, because part of the notes was a timeline, and with some comments about some of the time being compressed when the bug invasion occurred.
Yes, I do remember
generation passed, but according to the timeline, only 10 years passed.
A poorly dressed guy suddenly steps in front of you and holds out his hand. Give me a silver piece or I'll destroy the sun, he says.
I want to see you do it, because the sun
Yeah,
sucks.
do it. Come on.
He goes, give me a silver piece and I will destroy the sun.
Give me a silver piece or I'll destroy you.
Give me an intimidate roll, Chris.
Rawr, rawr. Yeah.
Yes? He runs away screaming like a little girl.
I chase him.
Music.
Oh, all right. So let me just do his sprinting real quick. Close. Chris, give me your sprinting roll to initiate combat.
I made my sprint.
Here comes combat. Round one. He's screaming away. And villains are first, heroes are second. He tries running further away. He staggers away from you. He is now one simple action ahead of you, screaming his head off. No!
I simple action up to him and punch him in the face.
Back of the head we'll have to do.
That's fine. Oh. 3.
No problem. This makes him scream louder. Next round, villains are first. Heroes are second. Maneuver, including running and stuff, is approved. He attempts to run. You missed it by one again. Pete, are you doing anything, or are you just standing there waiting for him to come back?
I'll follow along.
Walking or running?
If they're sprinting, I'll run after them. But
Go ahead and
basically, if there's any authorities come along, I'll say that man tried to pickpocket him.
Oh no! Wait till they come and then tell me. Give me your sprint roll, Pete. If you make it, you get a card. Chris, he's a simple action ahead of you. You simple action after him, and is that a crit?
No, my punch isn't that good.
Okay.
I don't punch a lot of people. I sword them or I fucking beat them clubs. I don't. Well, let me check just to make sure. No, I'm close, but another 3, so he's up to 6.
He says, people are definitely stopping what they're doing and like watching. And next round, heroes are first. Defending is approved.
I missed.
Oh, good.
Oh, in fact, I fumbled my martial arts.
Excellent. At last, the fumble deck comes into play.
Chris, are you aware of the fumble deck?
Yeah, I was told about that earlier today.
Let's see. Stunned. Whatever it was you were trying to do, you fucked up badly. You are now at -30 for the next round for anything you have to roll on as you think about your life's choices. That's it. Okay. 1 round of -30.
Okay.
Just as an aside, that card came up compressed for me.
I know it does for me too, and I have no idea how to deal with it.
Okay.
None. I have no idea why it's kind of squashy.
Yeah.
It irritated me, and I looked at it and I'm like, I don't know how to fix you. And it's like, I don't know how to fix me either. So for the bad guy's turn, i.e. the poor screaming beggar that you're chasing and beating, he staggers forward a little bit, screaming his head off. He says, he does not know that this is what's causing his ass beatery.
Exactly.
Next round. And all the people are stopping and watching. At this point, both of you guys take 1 real hit point of damage. Pete pulled a muscle, and Chris, your hand hurts from hitting this guy in the back of the head repeatedly. Pulling your hood up is approved. Heroes are first. Do you have a hood, Pete?
No, I've got a hat, but not a hood in this outfit.
Bummer. Right, you've caught up to watch Doc Fulton like walk after this guy beating him like a drum. So, Doc, go ahead and give me your roll.
I crit my martial arts.
God damn.
So that's. I don't know what happens when
double damage.
Double damage. Okay,
yep.
So
it doesn't go up 1.
Oh, wait, let me look.
Damage
I might be an idiot. I could be stupid here. Let me look. Yep. Shut up, you. Let's see. No, you get double damage on crits.
Okay.
So it'd be because normally martial arts bumps it by 1, but instead I think you're doing like 2d3 now, Chris.
Oh, wait. Martial arts now, if you make it, bumps the die up instead?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I thought it doesn't give you an additional die anymore.
No. It's the same. It's pretty much just the same as having a strength bonus.
All right. So
if you've got a strength bonus,
if you already have a strength bonus,
it goes up another die.
You're doing
so
D6
it's
damage.
D3 for punch, and then it's D4 if you have a strength bonus, and then if I make my martial arts, it's a D6.
Bingo.
Okay.
And if you have the strength bonus at 110, it's even better.
So he would then be rolling 2d6 for the crit.
Right. So it's at 13 total.
I'm just confirming, Logan. Would it then be 2d6 for the crit?
Yeah. Yeah, if he made both of his air rolls and shit, yeah. Which is a nasty fucking crit.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. That's why I wasn't sure if it raised it up by 1 or doubles it, because that potentially can be quite nasty.
Yep. So he goes, and the guy does the flying forward like a professional diver with his hands up, and then he hits the ground and just skids on his face for a while. And the screaming stops, and everybody looks at the Doc and goes,
I bow with a flourish.
Give me an acting to make it a really cool bow, like I'm a professional actor bowing.
I make it.
Nice. They continue. Bravo, bravo. Apparently, this guy's been going around threatening people to put out the sun and shit, and people were sick of his shit. So there you go.
I put a silver in his hand. And I walk away.
Wow. Wow. That's just dickish. I'll give you a card for that. Here you go. So you guys wander off and go from that place to a different place. You guys head over to the library, and it definitely looks like a old style library. In other words, it's got guards. This is not a place that people get to come into unless they, are invited or members or something, which you guys are not.
We will inquire as to how we get membership.
The yearly membership cost is 1,000 silvers per person per year. The lifetime membership cost is 10,000 silvers.
1,000 silvers.
Mm-hmm. They have guards here, like there's actual shit that they're protecting type guards. Give me security systems rolls to figure out about how many guards. Because this is and all the guards here are older dudes, like retired city guards type thing. This is not a place where people are trying to break into a lot, but they kind of remind you of weathered old trees.
Yes, I made my security systems.
You're going to guess there may be 30 to 50 basically pensioners guarding this place. Is it impossible to get by them? No, you could fucking Mission Impossible it and shit, but sitting around doing research in a book, while you're doing that, super rough. Finding the books you want to steal in a reasonable amount of time, super rough. They don't let you come in and browse to see if you'd like to join or any of that bullshit. It's pretty much you give us a fucking stack of money or piss off, because they don't seem to care. Plus, on top of the 30 to 50 guards, probably 10, 20, 30 librarians here. It's a pretty big fucking building, heavily guarded.
All right.
Just as an FYI to the PCs, this is the kind of place where you have to come with a topic. You're just perusing around, you're going to read jokes of accounts for the last 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Because coming across something amazing, chances are way against. It's like the old library in that place that has been cut off, where it's got a lot of fucking lore and shit, but you got to know what topic you're after.
Yeah, got to know what you're looking for.
Yeah, because otherwise you'll just be like, oh, yeah, some lost kingdom and blah, 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 blah.
All right. So, did you want to join, Doc?
How much is it for the year?
1,000 silver, which yeah, so it works out to about 14 and a bit gold each.
I don't have that much. I just need enough for the day.
Yeah, do they have daily rates?
No.
Or is it?
Yeah.
All right. Here's 28 gold and so many silver.
The guy looks really shocked that you pass over them. Like, well, all right, I guess we'll join. Because you guys are dressed like We're kind of adventure
Adventurers.
type dudes, normal people and shit. You're like, here's a stack of money. And he's like, ah. So he asks to see your IDs.
Pass them over.
He rolls his fucking what's up on the streets. Doesn't quite make it. He's like, Shotgun Joker. Very unusual name.
Mhm.
Yeah, he finds it odd that your parents named you Shotgun, but whatever.
8 gold and 20 silver. It comes to. Oh, no, actually, no, it'd be 40 silver. 28 gold and 40 silver, I should say. Minus 40 silver. All right.
No problem. You guys are escorted in. This is the kind of place that you don't do your own research rolls. You're asked to sit at desk and you ask people to bring you books. Some books you are allowed to handle when you're wearing special gloves. Some books you're not allowed to handle. They wear special gloves. You look at it through a Lexan type glass thing and they flip the pages for you.
Yeah.
You have your own librarian assigned to you. He waits to see what kind of shit you guys want, or if you're just going around joining all the organizations that cost money today.
Atlases. Pre-rending, post-rending.
Very good, sir. Brings out atlases and shows them to you.
Mm-hmm.
The post-rending, you are allowed to flip. Pre-rending, he flips.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely not the normal USA type of setup.
Yeah.
Shit's altered.
As in the physical continent shape is slightly different, even?
Yeah, and the placement and stuff like that is very odd.
Yep. One of the things I'm curious about is, especially the pre-rendering, is where Australia is, what is there?
Australia's not even on the maps. It's pretty much Genovia, North and South America, and a lot of water. There's minor.
What about the equivalent of Asia?
Yeah. They've got kind of part of it, just a bit of it, maybe a third or fourth of it. As far as, let's see, hold on a second. Let me give you some more. Open. Excuse me, I'm dying.
Stop it.
Chris goes, stop it. Matt begins cheering. Hooray. Let's see.
We're just trying to confuse your body.
It worked. Let's see. There's also a, it's kind of like where England is, but more separated from Europe, called Delphine.
Okay, I thought, interesting. That's not what I would have thought was there. I thought it would have been the other place that starts with M, whose name escapes me at this moment.
Perfect. And then there's the other stuff that you may have heard of, like the Himinges Desert and stuff like that. That's on the continent of Genovia. Well, actually, the continent is not named Genovia. That's just one of the countries. I can look up the continent name that you actually got back in season 1 if you want. But
I did not play in season 1, so.
Or sorry, 1, 2, something like that.
Season 2. Yeah, that's right. Yep. So Genovia is a country as part of that landmass.
Yeah. There's a lot of different shit in that landmass. Mountains, deserts, impassable jungle. Holy shit, Chris disappeared. So fucked up. So we should get a picture of Chris that he puts up behind him, just going
frozen, so that you guys think I have lost connection again.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so that's what you see there.
Sorry. So where's Westmead then? Because I thought
Westmead
Westmead
is
was
a island that is, generally speaking, west of Genovia.
because that was a island, wasn't it?
Westmead is. Hold on, let me find it
I've
for
got
you.
Westmead listed as a small island nation,
Mhm.
large navy.
Yeah, it's another England type of thing, except it's
So is it
much
above? So
closer.
it's west of Genovia, and is it above Delphine, or are they
Delphine
sort
is
of?
north of Westmead.
Delphine?
Yeah, Westmead, just like England, is large enough to have several rousing good wars
Yeah.
and shit like that. And
All right. And Australia doesn't exist, which is what I suspected.
yeah, so that would explain why. Were you looking for something special? Asked the librarian.
Initially, I just wanted to get an orientation of the land masses, and then I was interested in the myths and legends of Australia and Australians.
One moment, he brings you back. He then has to do a Sandy loss because he's flipping the pages of the book, and one of them is a woodcut of you. And so he goes, ah! He says, I'm not happy. Okay, he didn't lose enough, start screaming, so this means that Doc doesn't have to, while wearing his white gloves, beat him
Hound
to death.
him with
Yeah.
one of the library books.
Oh, that probably lose you your fucking memberships on the first goddamn day, and they don't give refunds. So, yeah, you are definitely in the myths section, and he's like, "Oh, are you a descendant?" Because everybody leaps to that. It's kind of like looking at the Keanu Reeves picture from like the 1400s as compared to today. It's that's obviously him. We all know Keanu Reeves is immortal. It's obviously him. He's faking this shit. So, the myths and legends is that Australia is some sort of island country, and it's usually drawn with the same accuracy as various sea monsters and shit are.
Mm-hmm. So is there stuff about, in times of need, coming to the aid of Genovia, blah, 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 that sort of rubbish?
No, they don't go quite that far. Australians are more seen as like the Dutch. They're trading mercenaries type thing, and it's kind of I think it's closer to Atlantis. They were traders, they were warriors, they were inventors, and then they just
disappeared
back into the mist
Yep.
time and shit, but without the big continent singing and all that. And the shit that's been written about Australia is, they have a council of drop bears that rule, one of the cities and shit like that. Just really far out there stuff.
All right.
So,
I'll let Doc do some research now.
Great.
So I want to do research on who helped form the Shadow Academy.
Mm-hmm.
Right. They give you the government sanctioned book on who helped form the Shadow Academy. And it talks in glowing terms about how after the Earth got butt fucked by the aliens repeatedly and stuff, then several different people arose who were the strongest magically, and they were like gods among men, and then they fucking battled each other and stuff. And then the survivors, they chose people to carry on the traditions and stuff, and many of these guys faded in the myths, and etc. It's kind of like a creation story, but they became bureaucrats.
Does it show the people? Does it have like pictures of anybody or like illustrations of them?
Of the ones from years ago and stuff? Sure, but are they good enough to identify in a police lineup? A couple of them maybe.
How long ago does it say the Shadow Academy was formed?
Yeah, but is Oli's father in any of these? Is what I want to know.
Oh! So you got to be specific. Simple answer, no.
How long ago does it say the Shadow Academy was formed?
It's rather vague on that, but it seems to be like during the Great Magic Wars that you know about. Because humanity, since the monsters arose, humanity took a hideous butt fucking.
Mm-hmm. So during the rending period.
Yeah, that during the rending, actually.
Sorry, the what do they call it? The Magic Wars or whatever it was they called it.
Yeah, but it's all kind of generally thought about, even though it happened at different times, it's all kind of clumped in with the rending in the same way that Australian history has a lot of shit that's clumped together that shouldn't be because it was more of a string rather than a ball. But yeah, he's by looking for this guy peripherally, you failed to find him, Chris. You do find some. Basically, they're trying to convince you that the people on the council, if they're not gods, then they're definitely directed by the gods. Because, you know, bureaucrats are all wise and knowing and shit. Yeah.
In a modern atlas.
Okay.
Now, is the whole continent that Genovia is on gone?
Oh, yeah.
Or is it large chunks of it missing?
No, that fucker's gone.
All right.
People are unsure, according to the writing and stuff, whether it sunk or disappeared during the Magic Wars. It could have. Some people even theorize it was teleported to a different world.
So, was that continent, like Europe, connected to Asia, or was Asia a separate continent?
Well, Genovia is pretty long and stuff. Asia was definitely separate, but kind of.
Yeah. What I mean is, like the continent that Genovia was on. Did that link with Asia? No, they were separate continents. All right.
Yep. Eventually, we may have a fan fucking draw the picture of the planet, which would be weird. Or not.
No, I was just trying to get a vague idea in my head as to what it looks like.
Yep. You can draw it. That'll be fun. Yeah. Any other questions for the library? You've been in here a couple hours. This shit does not move quickly. There's a lot of sitting around. At one point, you get taken into a different room, given tea and cakes and shit, and then brought back, etc.
Just out of curiosity, like I doubt it, but do anybody that they about in the Shadow Council look like Jonathan or Justice?
Take a card? No. Thank God. Thank God you think. You do see something interesting, though. Let me find it for you here. Is it here? Scroll out. Yes. Move players to this. Yeah. Right. In the lower right-hand corner, a guy did come in to check and see what you guys were looking at. He was pleased that you were looking up good topics and stuff, although he personally thought history was a waste of time. But he was wearing that emblem there, the V with the black bar, white bar, black bar.
Hold on. Oh, okay, there it is.
You can give me empathy rolls and danger sense rolls on him. Everybody's very respectful around this guy and stood a bit straighter.
Half and got.
He reminds you a lot of the political. You think he's a politico, like a political officer, there to make sure that no impure thoughts are thought, and bring down horrible punishment and wrath upon those that have them. definitely somebody that you did not want to cross, and you are like, I hope he doesn't ask to see my spirit pentagram, or I'm going to go to a gulag somewhere. But he didn't appear too interested in you guys. He kind of appeared unexpectedly and left unannounced.
Yeah, probably someone with a lot of money that shouldn't have a lot of money came in and a lot of money. Oh, they're studying history. They're boring. Good.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody cares about history. So there you go. That's your fucking ooh for the day. We take that guy in the back room and fuck him to death, Logan. What?
Beat him like a rented mule.
Yeah.
Like a redheaded adopted second generation stepchild.
Ooh, that's hard. So
You know what else is hard?
your nipples. So right, reduce your hand by one there, nipple man. So what are you guys wanting to research now? They ask if you'd like to leave to go get lunch and then return after you've had lunch.
Okay.
It appears that once again time keeps on drifting into the future.
Yes.
Do. They wait patiently for your answer.
We go get lunch so they can do whatever they do in the library.
She has an orgy going on. Anyway, no, right. Where would you like to have lunch?
No, we'll go into the Hilton, I should say, and since we're in that quarter.
No problem. Yeah, they it's like 8 silvers for the two of you. You basically, you guys, it's kind of like Logan going to a really nice place with Pete, but you're dressed like Logan. Okay, so that's how your characters are dressed by comparison. Okay, everybody's wearing like dinner jackets. You guys are dressed like we're gonna go kill ogres when we're done eating. Ah. I mean, you're not.
Throw a shrimp into Josh's mouth.
Give me a throw roll.
How much for the women?
Let's see how this works out. Throw and then give me a catch roll.
I got it.
Oh my god, give me a catch roll. It's a good chance to get a skill up there, Pete.
Is there actually a catch?
Oh yes, there is. Do you know how many people die playing this game every year?
No, I don't catch it. I miss.
He opens his mouth and just shows the shrimp go on his eye. He's like. Oh yeah, the catch skill is a fucking brilliant one to build up if you get it super high. Then you can play ball with your dad without dying.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, 50-hour week next week. Fuck.
Yay. And I would recommend, Chris, because we might be getting more people and stuff coming in. I'd recommend sign up, and then like if it's a day or two beforehand, you're like, I am dog ass tired and can't do it. Then cancel. Because otherwise,
okay.
Yeah, I want to see you playing.
Only thing I have to do is I'm gonna find out when Nero is happening because Amy's actually gonna go fucking play with Elba. So.
Got it. Yeah, you just sign up when you find out.
Okay, I will do so. Actually, I can go look that up right now.
Well, after the game might be better. I'm still trying to figure out what you guys are wanting to do after your characters eat lunch and throw food at each other.
Okay.
All right. Now, we could potentially go and talk to someone like the Dragon Don and see if he knows someone or has access to non-sanctioned books or knowledge. Since the library is not going to really give us access to the real stuff. If you wanted to continue researching the Shadow Academy and Ollie's dad.
Well, just to be clear, the library, when you start going into history, nobody cares much about that, although I'm sure they'd like to change some of those history books. But that's a pretty safe thing as opposed to who's a troublemaker right now.
It just seems like the stuff about the Shadow Academy is, government written as opposed to what really happened.
Oh God, yes.
That's all I
Because
meant. Whereas there may be people that can actually tell us what really happened, or give us access to stuff that has what really happened.
there's nothing that really helps solidify a government like a good book burning.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Matt's eating soup again. You and your fucking soup.
Can you think of anything else?
Not in the library, not off the top of my head, that I've been wanting to look into.
I'm glad that you guys are doing this amongst yourselves today, because this would be horribly boring for a brand new person.
Which is why I didn't do any of this stuff yesterday. Because I could see...
Which is amusing, because to me, this is like shit we need to do, and hot damn.
Yeah. No, I agree. For easing somebody into the game, this sort of stuff is not necessarily that exciting.
You while you're eating at the Hilton, you do hear some posh people at a nearby table talking about that they're glad that ships are finally going out after the Kraken today, because they've lost one of their trading ships, and some rich guy is down a little bit of money. They don't mention anybody who fucking died on that ship, just that he's going to have to cut back on his staff for a few months type thing. But apparently the Krakens out there. There are multiple Krakens out there. Are a blight to shipping. Are they dangerous to hunt, Cecil? Well, yes, they are. I suppose you'd have to give them a good dubbing with your stick or something.
I wonder if our decoder rings would have any significance at Ovaltine Fortress.
That's when he farted and killed the dog.
Mm-hmm. All right. That's what I was thinking. There's a bookseller. That's maybe what I was thinking about.
Oh.
Because that's the other thing. We could talk to the bookseller. The bookseller may know.
The Noble Barnes, you mean?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Over in Viceroy's Avenue. Yes, upscale shopping. Yeah. You guys are you're going to a lot of posh areas, and you're really not quite dressed for it.
We're not actually going there yet. I'm just speculating. I'm just talking about where we may want to consider going.
No worries.
As a potential avenue of getting information to help us. The other potential is the private eye may know people.
The private eye?
Yeah, there's I think it's I Spy Private Eye. Is that what it's called?
Yes. Chris hasn't been studying his map and stuff, laying awake at night, staring at the map, going through it. It's weird. I just don't understand it.
Yeah, I found out about it from a broadsheet.
It's right near St. John's Teaching Hospital, which should have special significance to Joshua McKay.
Yes.
It shows some guy going, "This hospital is solid." One of the gargoyles falls off the roof and crushes him. Oh.
Yeah, it's right near Spatula City.
Spatula City.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Spatula City. You could take the tram over there if you wanted to. It costs like a bit to ride the tram. It's drawn by a horse.
So, any thoughts on which of those avenues may be worth pursuing?
Let's go to the bookstore and see if
Alright.
like we can find out like some illegal bookage.
Yep. All right, we'll do that. Do we want? Oh, how about we go get changed into something a bit nicer first, just so we're not.
Oh, excuse me. Sounds good. I like
Not
it.
looked upon suspiciously as we wander that area.
Right. You guys want to dress as the other toughs do in this area? Like we're talking stovepipe hat, pretty much very comfortable feeling for McKay. Super comfortable with his frock coat, cane, spats, etc.
Yep.
Great. It's kind of well. Wait. What time period was Doc from? Doc was 1920s, wasn't he?
No.
No, modern.
No, it was modern day.
Okay. He has to show you how to wear some of the shit, but once you get it, it's not hard. It's like, the fuck is this thing for? No, you forgot it. First you have to put on this, then you put on that. Can't go the other way around. Shit like that. It's like, if you're rich, you have to be uncomfortable, apparently. But he seems super comfortable in it, like kind of like it's a relief to be dressed like this again. Possibly because he's some sort of freak of nature, you're thinking. Or from multiple times. You're just not sure. He'll happily talk about a DNA splicer, and then he'll be like, "Where's my stovepipe cop, Watson?" So, right, you guys head over to the miscellaneous gear shops in Viceroy Avenue.
We'll get a handsome cab or something over there.
Mark off one silver pretty much gets you anywhere in the city you want in style without wading through horse shit.
Well, because of the way we're dressed, we should.
Oh, absolutely. I give you a card for remembering to use the fucking handsome cabs. Do you know what a handsome cab is there, Chris?
The handsome cab? No.
Hold on, I will get you a picture of it. It's super convenient for when there's two of you around because it fits two people easily. Oh, it's the next one here. Hold on a second. And then plus the driver on the roof. Of course, if you look at the upper left, it's got those 3 columns of pictures. The furthest to the right, second one down.
The non-Mad Max vehicles.
Yeah, one's brown, the other one's white. That's a handsome cab. And when you get in, there's like a little door that closes, possibly to keep the horse from shitting and having it splash up on you or anything splashing you. There's blankets and stuff in there for use at night.
Do you have any crap cards, Chris?
Yeah, so now you know what a handsome cab is. It's not called that because it's good looking.
Why, you looking to get rid of something?
I've got 3 limited retrieves, an opponent fails a clog and greed, a clarity, and a rapid card cycler.
Good lord.
I can get rid of an Art 20.
Use that.
So just toss a card in my hand.
Yeah, there you go. Have the clarity.
Chris likes the clarity.
Yeah, no, that's why I was hanging on to it, just in case. Otherwise, I would have tossed it.
So you guys head on over there, and they've got gear bags called in a shop called Pax Fifth Avenue. The higher priced supply shop called the Urbane Outfitters. It's very posh. Old World Junk sells pre-rending stuff. Candy Maker, Gem Seller, Bookmaker, and of course the Noble Barnes Bookseller. You guys head in there. Looking at the bookstore, it appears to be kind of all modern stuff. The guy looks a lot like the kind of guy that if he's in a different movie, you'd buy a wand from. He says, hello. At this point, Doc Fulton loses it. The guy looks concerned.
I'm fine. Sorry.
Is it something I said?
No, nothing
Good
at all.
afternoon.
Oh. Well then, how may I help you?
Well, obviously we're interested in books, otherwise we wouldn't be here.
Yes. Any book in particular, or would you like to buy some to decorate a room?
No, we don't need books by the foot.
He says.
You need some Tums? Are you okay?
What sort of book would you like then? Or would you like me to pick one at random, perhaps? Here's a book about frogs. Do you like frogs?
No.
How about toads? He picks up a different book.
No.
No.
We're more
I
interested
see.
in people.
Lily pads, perhaps?